Hi everybody, welcome back to the Grand Summit for another all levels yoga class. So let's start by taking a comfortable seat, legs crossed, sit up on a pillow if that's more comfortable, but just sit comfortably so we can ground and come into our physical being. Let's take our hands and rest them gently on the knees, softly close your eyes, and just start to breathe and notice the breath. Nice long inhale, nice long exhale. And as you close your eyes, let's just take a minute to think about the year 2020 and how is our vision. Obviously, we are all over the map for our eyes. It would be great if we could all have 2020 vision. But what I really mean is vision from your heart, because in yoga, the head and the heart are where you see, and that's how you see. So as you close your eyes, just bring your attention to the breath, nice and slow, but also to your heart space. And let's spend a little time today thinking about moving from a place of kindness. So from our heart space, we'll use that vision, that way to see, with kindness. And as we move through the practice, we'll make an effort to observe and just notice without judgment. For example, just start to notice how your body is. Notice how you're sitting on the earth. Notice the parts that are connected to the ground. Notice the crown of your head. Notice the outer parts of your skin. How does it feel? And can you notice how it feels without judgment? That will be our practice today on the mat, and then hopefully you can take it off the mat and just notice in your daily practice where you might be judging stuff. So let's bring our hands together in prayer pose. Draw them to your heart. Let's bow to the heart. And we'll set an intention today to try to move with kindness and vision from the heart space. We'll start with one round of Om, joining our voices together so we come together energetically, though we may be far apart. Big inhale in through the nose, sigh it out through the mouth, and together. Bring your hands to your thighs, take a nice big breath in, softly open the eyes. And we'll start in downward facing dog. So, hands are roughly shoulder width distance apart. Really spread your fingers wide. Root down through the knuckles where the fingers grow out and draw the forearms together. Tuck the toes, bend the knees, come all the way back out. Keep your knees really bent. Bend and straighten one leg, then the other. Looking up at your hands, really claw the floor. It's a very powerful pose with the arms. Press through the hands from the heart space, reach back and up and out. Stick your booty way up and out behind you. Let's take both feet over to the right. Bend the right leg, really stretch it wide. So you have a nice long stretch in the left side of the body. Inhale, come up, and we'll take it to the left. This time the left leg bends, stretching back. Just really feeling the full length of your body unwind. Inhale back to center, and just come forward to hands and knees, and press back child's pose. So child's pose, hips are reaching back over the heels. Maybe the forehead comes to the mat. If it does, just roll across your forehead and then stretch out through the arms. This is a resting pose, so at any time, if you ever get tired, this is a great place to take a pause, regroup, and then join back in when you feel good about it. Inhale, come on up to hands and knees. Press back, downward facing dog. And we'll take a little flow from here. So inhale, hands and knees. Press back, child's pose. Inhale forward, draw the heels up to your glutes, belly reaches to the spine, upward facing dog. It's a modified version. Exhale back, downward facing dog. Forward, hands and knees, and back to child's pose. Come on up to that modified up dog, and exhale back, down dog. And we'll do it again. So following the full length of your breath as you move through this little flow, just warming up the spine, we're making the whole central nervous system wake up. Hands and knees, press back, child's pose, and forward to up dog. Inhale, come on back up, downward facing dog, and let's lift the right leg up, back, and behind. Bend the knee, and just open the hip. So really pressing into the hands. Notice which shoulder wants to dip down, so try to even out your shoulders towards the front of the mat. And come back to center, keep the knee up, and just take a knee to nose. Once, twice. And bring the foot down. We'll take the left leg up, back, and behind. Bend the knee and open, stacking the hip. Again, mindful of your hands. Belly reaches back towards the spine. Nice big opening of the hips. Inhale back to center, take knee to nose. Just for two. And come back to downward facing dog, back to hands and knees. Just sit up on your knees. Roll out the wrist. You can grab one wrist and then the other. Shake them out. We'll come back to hands and knees. Downward facing dog, and take baby steps. Walk to the front of the mat so that you are in forward fold Uttanasana at the front of your mat. So look down, make sure your feet are roughly hip distance apart. Hands on the floor, so you can come to tippy fingers or flat palms, and you can bend your knees a lot. Bending the knees protects the lower back. So never be afraid to bend your knees in any poses. And as you exhale, bow forward, forward fold. Inhale, bend into the knees, look halfway up. Exhale, bow forward. Bend the knees, look halfway up. We'll do it one more time. Bow forward, bend the knees, look halfway up. Let's take the hands to the hips, elbows point to the sky, root down, rise up, reach up, hands at heart center. So we'll take a sun salutation from here to keep just getting the body warmed up and using the entire body, bringing the whole physical being to the party. So inhale, reach up. Exhale, dive forward. Step the right foot back. Bring the back knee to the mat. Inhale, both hands to the front knee. Inhale, reach up, Anjaneyasana. So just notice how this feels early in the practice, and Let's see if we can just accept with kindness where we are and how our body feels right now. Exhale, frame the front foot. Lift the back knee, step back, downward facing dog. So we've been here before, should feel a little bit like a rest. Inhale, forward to the top of a push-up, a little bit beyond. So shoulders reach a little bit beyond the wrists, then come back to plank. We'll take the knees, chest, chin to the mat. Ashtangasana. Untuck the toes, come up into cobra. Exhale back, down dog. Let's take the right leg up, back, and behind. Bend the knee, step it through. And if it doesn't get through, use your hand and help it. Bring the back knee down. Hands come to the front knee. Inhale, reach up. Anjaneyasana. Exhale, dive forward. Lift the back leg. Step forward, forward facing fold, Uttanasana. Bend into the knees. Reach out, up. Hands at heart center. Equal standing pose, Samastiti. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, dive forward. Bend the knees. Look forward. Step the left leg back. Bringing the back knee down. Hands come to the front knee. And we'll take that pose of offering again. So think about seeing from the heart out. Exhale. Frame the front foot, step back, down dog. Then we'll take that Ashtangasana modified vinyasa. So inhale forward past plank just a little bit. It's a good wrist stretch. Back to plank. Knees, chest, chin. Untuck the toes. Cobra, Bhujangasana. Exhale back. Downward facing dog. Inhale the left leg up, back, and behind. Bend the knee, bring it forward and all the way up between the hands. And again, don't be afraid to give it a little help if it needs it. Both hands come to the front knee. Front foot moves back, back knee moves forward. So we're gathering all of our physical energy up into the hips, and then from the hips pressing it back down. So think of your central nervous system, your spine, as this beautiful center line that we're trying to move our whole body towards energetically, and that helps keep us in the balance. And exhale. Frame the front foot, lift the back leg, step forward, forward facing fold. And you can shake your head out here. Bend and straighten your legs. Bend into the knees, reach up, rise up. Hands at heart center. So, just notice how you're feeling. Take it in. Let's look with kindness. Notice if your energy has shifted, and we're just going to observe. And you can also observe what the chit-chat in your mind is as you go through these poses. So let's take the toes wide, heels in. We'll take 5 dips to get to a squat, Malasana. So inhale, reach up, exhale down. Three, 4, and this time we'll stay down. 5. Let's bring the hands to prayer pose. So there's a bunch of bus stops. You can just do this really high up if you want. If you can get lower, bring the elbows inside the knees and squeeze the elbows into the knees and the knees into the elbows. And squeeze the palms together. So that creates that balanced energy that holds you and gives you a boundary to move against. You can always use blocks or a book to sit on also. Let's take the left hand inside the left knee and really squeeze them together. Create that boundary as you reach up for a twist to the right. Inhale, come back to center. Just regroup here. Just notice what it feels like to be in a squat. This is a good pose to practice if you like to go camping. It's a good way to get in and out of the tent. And we'll take the other side. So right elbow and upper arm inside the knee. Plant that hand on the floor. Really root into the floor. All the points of contact. Really use them as you press into the hand. Notice that by rooting into the earth, your whole collarbone will open and stretch up. Inhale, release, and take a forward fold here. It's a wide leg fold. Bring the heels in and allow your feet to be wider than the hips. We'll take the left hand over in front of the right foot. Actually, let's take it outside the shin of the right leg and take the right hand in front. And we'll just take a twist. So move the elbows apart from each other as you bow forward and twist. Inhale, come up. Take the left hand in front of the left foot. Right hand comes across to the left shin. Again, elbows reach apart from each other as you take the twist. Inhale back to center. We'll root down, we'll rise up. Hands at heart center. And we'll take that squat again. So we'll only take one big breath. Exhale, come down. And we'll take a little bit more stretch here. So you can do exactly what we just did before, or maybe take the bind. So left arm comes out, thumb points down, outside the shin, back behind, right arm comes up and around to make the bind. And we release, we come back to center. And again, you can take the opposite side, you can the same way, or this time, right arm comes down, reaches around, and take the bind. Inhale back to center. Step back, downward facing dog. And just pedal out your dog here. And we'll inhale the right leg back up and behind and take that twist again. Only this time, let's play with the balance. So come up on your tippy fingers of the right hand. Really rooting down into the left hand, and maybe you catch some hang time here. Maybe not. And come back to center. And who knows, maybe the left side's easier. And we'll bend the knee and open, come up on tippy fingers. But whatever you do, let's notice with kindness where we are today. Maybe this side's easier. Maybe it's harder. But just notice. And come back. Downward facing dog. We'll come forward past plank. Back to plank. Knees, chest, chin. Untuck the toes. Cobra. Exhale back, down dog. And just take a couple of really good deep breaths here. In through the nose, out through the mouth. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Let's bring the feet together, bend the knees, look forward, and maybe jump forward. Forward facing fold, Uttanasana, root down, rise up. Hands at heart center. So, take a big wide step to the right so that you are in a wide leg stance. Take the arms out, take a breath, open to all the possibilities of today, of who you are, of what your practice is today. And just remember, your heart is right here. And we're going to look out, hopefully, with as much kindness as possible at ourselves. So that might need a little bit of strength. So we'll do a little power breathing. Take your hands, steeple them, bring the thumbs together, Vajrasana. This is Thunderbolt Mudra. It's a hand seal, but it means indestructible. And as we breathe, as you inhale, I want you to think about beautiful bright light streaming down into your head, and as you exhale, you're moving it into your belly. That's your power center. And we'll come all the way down. So big inhale, exhale, and inhale, and exhale. And this time, we'll let the hands come to the mat so that you're in a wide leg forward fold, Prasarita Padottanasana. And we'll just take some deep stretches. So deeply bending into the right knee first, extend the left. Inhale, come up. And let's move to the other side. So there's a lot of bus stops here. You can do it with your hands in prayer pose. You can also come much farther down. This is Skandasana. But whatever you choose, honor where you are today. And we'll take 4 or 5 on each side. So use the full breath. To just deeply move into the hips. And when you feel even, just take a forward fold. So this could be it. Or maybe your head reaches down towards the mat. If you get it down there, really root down into the feet. So make sure they're parallel with the outside edge of the mat. Knees are bent, and bend and straighten through the knees. That will help you move the head farther down towards the mat. And we'll inhale, come up. Just turn the right toes so they face to the right. Keep the left toes facing forward. Right hand comes outside right leg. We'll come up into triangle pose. Petita Trikonasana. As you root down through both legs, come on up. And reverse it. So left arm reaches down the left leg, right arm comes up. And here we are in a standing pose. And what do you see from here? How's the vantage point from here? Inhale, come up, take a breath, open. Remember, every second is a new possibilities. And we'll exhale back. So we've been here before, so maybe it changes how we feel. Might get easier, might get harder. Just notice. Root down, come on back up again. Reach it up. So there's a lot of things we do all the time. Habits over and over again. And it's a good thing to just notice how we do them. And come back, take a breath, and exhale back to triangle pose. From here, we'll mix it up just a little bit. Let's bring the left hand to the left hip, bend into the right knee, take the right hand forward in front of the foot, reach up, half moon pose. If it's convenient, pick the left arm up. And from here, we'll step back to triangle. So we've been here a bunch already today. So rest here, root down, rise up, take it back. And one more time, we'll come back to triangle. We get to do it again. That's one of the things about observing where we are. We can see over and over again how we behave and how the physical body behaves. So we'll take that half moon pose again. So hand to the hip, bend into the front knee, that hand comes forward, lift up. So you're really rooting down through that bottom leg and squeezing that glute in and down. Don't let the back leg go to sleep though. It's really powerfully engaged as well. And we'll step back, triangle, soften in here. Maybe bring your hand to your heart and just take into a little back bend even. We'll root down, rise up. And come back to center. All 10 toes face me. Let's bring the heels in, just like we were in Malasana, that squat before. Hands come to the knees. So we'll take a shoulder stretch here. Stretching the right shoulder towards the left knee, and then the other way. See if you can keep your arms straight here so that it will stretch across the back body too. This is really good for your energy system. Energy runs up your spine, your central nervous system, and it crosses over like a braid. You don't want it to run horizontally. So if you're ever feeling sort of lethargic, this is a really good practice to get your energy moving the right way. And we'll come back to center. Reach up. And we'll exhale down to that forward fold again. And we'll take a twist. So left hand comes in front of your heart and reach the right arm up. Really rooting down through that left arm so much so that you feel the collarbones spread open again. Shine out through those top hands. Don't let them go on vacation, those fingers. And we'll inhale to unwind. Take the right hand in front of the heart. Sweep the left hand up and over to the left. Inhale, unwind. Take that forward fold again. So I like to bend and straighten my knees, stick the booty way out behind, and that will help get your head to the mat. And if you have headstand in your practice, this is a good place to practice it. Otherwise, just keep moving towards the mat. But you might be able to come up, just get your toes up, maybe get the legs up. Maybe just experiment with your feet off the mat. It's fun. In any event, if you're up, take a breath or two and gently come down. Come up to that half forward fold, and we'll walk the left toes out straight and keep the right toes where they were, coming into triangle on the other side, Utthita Trikonasana. And just notice if this side feels different than the other side. And if it does, why? Where is your body? What's happening? We'll root down through both feet, come up and reverse it. So the more we do things on both sides, the easier it becomes to have them both feel natural. Some of us are way more left-handed or right-handed than the other. But the more yoga you practice, the more, come on back, take a breath, exhale out. The more yoga you practice, the more it becomes easy to use both sides. And we'll come back up. And up, take a breath. And exhale back to triangle. And from here, we'll go into that half moon, Ardha Chandrasana. So, first things first, right hand to right hip. Bend into that front knee. Left fingers move forward, step up. Really powerful back leg. Reaching down through the hand, up through the upper hand. Look down at the mat, bring the hand back to the hip. Step back. See, you can bounce around. Triangle pose. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, take a breath. And come back to triangle. Bring the hand to the hip and just see how it goes this time. Coming up to half moon pose. Inhale back, triangle. Last time. So we did a lot of triangles today. Just to get really familiar with how you come in and out. Inhale, come up. Take all 10 toes towards me. And just step the feet together. Bring your hands together in front of your heart. Close your eyes. Check in. Notice what's happening with the energy. Notice the voices in your mind. Is there calming? Are you more excited? Wherever you are. It's great. So from here, we'll take our feet wide again into a squat. I'm going to do it from the side so you can see. We'll inhale, reach up. And exhale, come on down to that squat. Make sure you have enough room that your hands can come to the mat here. And we'll take a crow. So crow is an arm balance. Lots of bust ups. So you can bring the toes together, knees wide. Plant the palms, knees come just outside the upper arms and really squeeze. Remember how we were squeezing the elbow and the knee together when we were doing that twist earlier? And this could be it. Or come forward. Maybe one leg comes up. That could be it. Maybe the other leg comes up. Wherever you are, be okay. Come down. Hands and knees. Take a child's pose. And just think about what went right. How did it feel? Maybe you never balance on your hands. Maybe you do. But it's just fun. So much fun. Let's do one more. So come on back up. Bring your feet almost so the toes touch. You're in a wide forward fold here. Bend the knees out to the side, outside the elbows. Bow forward. It's a lot farther forward than it seems. So this could be it. Maybe one leg comes up, maybe the other. See if you can take 3 breaths before you come down. And then come down, come back. And just sit on your knees. Take a couple of breaths. And we'll come back to downward facing dog. Come forward to a top of a push-up. Come back. Knees, chest, chin. Cobra. Exhale back. Down dog. From here, I like to walk my body off the mat just a little bit because we're going to practice with that one leg dog again. So let's lift the left leg up and bend the knee and open it. So you could stop here. You could come up on your tippy fingers. Or you could play with the balance. Bring the back foot back and up. Bring the arm up. Wild thing. And woo! Exhale back. We'll come back to downward facing dog. And we'll walk off the other side. Take the right leg up. I might be close to the wall here. Bend over. Come up on the tippy fingers, and this could be it. But maybe play with the balance. And if it feels good, with control, drop that back foot. Bend both knees a lot. Then from the hips, press up and out. And exhale back. Downward facing dog. Come to hands and knees. Press back. Child's pose. So Wild Thing takes a lot of expansion in a lot of directions. And we'll play with that a little bit more as we move through the practice today. It's demanding. It takes us out of our comfort zone. So how do we react? Can we be observant of how we feel once we're out of our comfort zone? So come to the front of the mat. Come to a forward-facing fold. Uttanasana. We'll take a standing balance from here. So bend both knees. Let's take the right hand to the right knee and really press into it. Peace fingers, thread between the big toe and the second toe of the left foot. Elbow comes inside the knee, thumb on the big toe. So I want you to press into the knee, press the elbow into the knee, push the foot as you pull the foot and come up to stand. Voila, magic. When you're squeezing it all in, it works. So from here, you can stretch it out, or if that's just not going to happen, you can take the knee up and just press the hand into the knee into the hand. Right arm can be out for balance. It can also be on a wall. Take the leg out to the side and yogi's choice. So out or knee. We'll bring it back to the center. And here we'll switch for the twist. Either way. Come back to center, keep the knee up, and just take it out behind you for a warrior 3. Just come forward just a little bit. And you can take this warrior 3 with the hands on the mat, more, hands in prayer pose. Just notice. From here, we'll take both hands down to the mat. And we'll go back to that half moon pose that we were doing earlier. So, right hand outside, either flat on the mat, or I like to come up into tippy fingers. It gives you a little bit more room, and a block is even better. Left hand to the left hip. We're going to really squeeze that standing leg glute in towards the center line. Press down through the hand. Extend through the other arm. Ardha Chandrasana. Inhale, unwind. Back the hands up to the foot. Bend both knees. We're going to scoot the heel out in front, come to sit. And if that's just not in your repertoire today, just come to sit with the right knee bent. And we'll take a twist from here. So, left arm behind, right arm comes up. So just like we did in the squat, thumb down, reach around, take the bind. If that doesn't work, simply take the right arm inside the right knee and take the twist. So notice what works for you. Let's look from a lens of kindness and use what works, what feels good, what's not stressing the body. Extended leg is really powerfully engaged. Inhale back to center. And just lift the right leg, bring it over the left. This time, right arm comes behind, left arm reaches up, and the bus stops here are hand to knee, crook of elbow to knee, or elbow outside knee. Whatever you choose, use the boundary of the leg and the arm and press into that hand behind you so that as you root down, you rise up and you create all these boundaries to expand into as you turn around the spine. Inhale, unwind. Just drop that ankle over the knee. Take the left hand to the ankle and the right arm across and just hold the foot and take 4 deep breaths here. So again, this is an energy pose that is calming and grounding. Because sometimes when we're judging, we get agitated and angry or confused, and we can't move from a place of grounding. We can't even be objective. We're just in the moment. And I mean, we're human, so that's pretty normal. And release. Take the soles of your feet together. Bound angle pose, butterfly pose, Baddha Konasana. Let's take the hands under the shins, inside the thighs. Press the shins out. Press the hands into the shins, shins back. And just come forward. Inhale, come up. Peace fingers. Thread between the big toes. Rock back on your tush. Open it up. Just for a little fun, Upavista Konasana. As you press out through your feet, pull back on the toes. So it's a push me, pull you. And root down through the hips as you rise up through the crown of the head. Bend the knees, bring the heels to the floor, and just scooch the legs out to a wide leg seat. And we'll inhale, reach up. Exhale, turn to the left. Come out over that left leg. And maybe the head comes to the shin, but wherever you are, try to keep both sit bones on the earth. And just notice, very flexible here, or not so much so. One of the things about yoga is, come on up, reach up, come to the other side, is there's always something you can do that someone else can't. And you find it a lot by accident, like you're all of a sudden like, oh, wow, my body does that easily. And instead of being like, I'm better, or I'm worse because I can't do it, just, that's easy. Back to center and come out through the center. Just reaching the tailbone back. So if you can't get your hips up in the V of your pubic bone down so that your tail would wag behind you, sit up on something, a block, a pillow, something that can help you get your hips up and over. Or if you don't have anything, and I try to do these classes without anything, just in case you don't, bend the knees a lot and notice that gives you all this room on your hips. From here, we'll take rock star. So inhale the left arm up, reach the right arm forward and up, lift the hips. Hoo-yah. Exhale, come down. We'll take the other side. There is a bust up here. You can always bend the knee and come up on the knee. So there's always places to go. Be kind. Notice what you need. Honor it. Come back to center. Bend back into that right knee. Take the right hand to the right knee, left hand to the left knee, right hand outside. Bow forward, just come back up. Take a forward fold. And we'll take the other side. So this time, rooting down into the left leg, take the left hand to the left thigh. Really press. Peace fingers between the toe, elbow inside the knee. So whoop, really zip it up here. Bend down, pull up, like it maybe will take a couple of times. Ooh, yeah, pull it up. Squeeze together. And this could be it. Hand to knee is perfectly awesome. Maybe you extend it out. Be kind. See where you are. We'll take it out to the side. And again, knee is great. Hand to the side works. Come back to the center. See, I'd have to take it down. Take the twist. Always be willing to have fun. Come back. Keep the knee up. Hands to heart space. Squeeze them together. Come to that warrior 3. And we'll take Ardha Chandrasana from here. So, left hand outside, right hand to the hip. Squeeze that standing legs glute in towards the center. Really powerful back leg. And this could be plenty. Maybe you take the arm up. Maybe if you want a little more, you take the bottom arm up. Just experiment. See what works. Come back to center. Take a breath. Bring your hands back in line with that back foot. Bend both knees. Scooch the heel out. Come to sit. And we'll take the other side. So, if you know you can take the bind, right arm comes behind, left arm in front, and take the bind. If the bind doesn't work, simply take the elbow inside the knee. Inhale, unwind. Let's just bring that left leg over the right. Active heel, left arm behind, right arm comes across. So think left hip moving forward, right hip moving back, so that you have a balanced plane and you're turning around the spine. Inhale back to center and just let that leg come to a figure 4. Right arm in front, left arm comes across. And we'll release. Let's take a wider Baddha Konasana this time, bound angle pose. Reach up, bow forward. Take the toes, come back, reach up, yeah. Smile, see how it feels. Heels down, reach out. Inhale up, and this time we'll take to the right first. And just noticing if doing this again, how this feels. We get caught in patterns of judging ourselves, judging others. Can we just observe? Can we just notice? Inhale, come up. Take it to the middle. Inhale, come up, and we'll take rock star again. So this time we'll go to the right first. Reach it up. Stretch it up. And come back, and we'll go right to the other side. Remember, you can always come to the knee if that works best. And come on back down. Bow forward. Step forward. Bow forward, step back, downward facing dog. And we'll take the right leg up. Bring the right knee outside the right hand. Come to pigeon prep. So, back knee moves forward and down, front knee moves back. You're gathering energy up into your hips. And just hold tight here. Come down on your hands. So, I'll tell you a story about judgment. I was driving in the car with my honey, who's graciously taking the video. And he was unhappy with the driver. And he was telling me about it. And then I, of course, Miss Yogi, I'm like, come on, back up. You know, you really should just be observant. You know nothing about him. Why judge him? And then he, of course, was like, don't lecture me. And so, I actually had a vision that I was judging him, judging the drivers, and he was judging me, judging him, judging the drivers, and we were caught in a loop of what they call in Cool Hand Luke, a failure to communicate. So come on back up, downward facing dog. And we'll take the left leg up, bring it forward, come into pigeon. And so what's the takeaway from that? Well, the good news is that I actually I had the awareness that I was judging, thinking that I was not judging. And it's, the good thing that comes out of that is you have the opportunity and come forward, to notice so that maybe you don't do it again, which of course I did. Like 3 days later, I did the exact same thing all over again. So, we are only human, but the point is, can we see it with kindness? Can we observe our behavior and give ourselves permission to practice, to get it right the next time? And inhale, come on back up. Let's sit down onto that side. Bring both feet in front. So we did this wild thing where we came over from the top, from down dog. Now we'll do it from a seated position. So left hand behind you, right arm in front, we're just going to come up and reach up. See how that feels coming into it from this position. And come back the way you came in. And we'll take the other side. You can take a break here if you want. This time, right arm behind, left arm in front. And we'll reach it up and behind. So you can always keep going and bring it way down, or just hand to the heart, notice, and then come down. And then see how you feel. Check in. Maybe you feel invigorated. I know I do. Come down to your back. Oh, you burned it. And take the hands outside the right leg. Extend the left. Up into the sky. And let's take the left arm across to the right leg, right arm out, and just take it over in a twist. Inhale back to center. Bring both knees in. Rock around from side to side. Now we'll take our hands behind the left leg, extend the right leg out. So really rooting that left hip forward as you drag the heel of the right back. That will help reset any lower back, because we did a lot of twisting back bends. Bend the knee, right hand comes across, left hand out, and take it over. Inhale, come back to center. Just rock across your back, rock with your knees. We'll take a happy baby. So the elbows come inside the knees, outside the foot. So again, remember we have had our knees outside our upper arms a lot today. So use that boundary and then press the feet up as you pull the hands down. So it's an active happy baby. And then we'll release the feet down. Let's take the balls of the soles of the feet together back into that bound angle pose. Take one hand to your heart, one to your belly. And just breathe here. If this hurts your hips, you can take your hands off your heart and just make fists and put them under your, or simply take the feet out wider. That will help. But just breathing here. Softening down, winding your practice down, noticing what kind of energy you've cultivated today. How can you take observation off the mat? You know, when there's toys all over the floor, it's easy to get mad. Maybe you just notice, there's lots of toys all over the floor. What am I going to do about it? We do always have a choice of how we react. And let's bring the feet back up. Take one last twist. So take both knees to the right, look to the left. Inhale, come up. Both knees go to the other side. And we'll come back. If there's anything else you need, take it now. Any movement, if your body wants it, honor it, do it. Otherwise, allow the feet to roll out, hands come, palms face up to receive. And just soften, close the eyes, come down into Shavasana. So, just allow the breathing to naturally deepen. I'll mind the time for you for the next couple of minutes. And just notice the full expanse of your body as it's extended down onto the floor. And feel the support of the earth holding you there. Let your eyes soften and look back. Eyeballs drop back. Soften your tongue from the roof of your mouth. Loosen the jaw. Open the lips. Just allowing every body part, the whole body, to just slow down. And with kindness, take a vision of your body here. Notice what you notice. Can you observe your body in Shavasana? Hardest pose. So hard to do nothing. Shine above you, all love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on. May the long time sun shine upon you, all love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on. Allow your awareness, your vision to come back into your body. Allow the breath to deepen. Reawaken with kindness, observing your fingertips, your toe tips, rocking your head side to side. Notice the small movements that bring you back to your physical being. Bend the knees, take the hands up overhead, roll to one side or the other, fetal position, and just pause there for a breath. Big, beautiful, deep breath of gratitude for bringing yourself to the mat, for taking the time to just observing where you are, for being on the yoga journey. It's a practice. The good news is we can take 3 steps forward and 17 back, and we get to try again the next day. Keep your the hand that's closest to your heart pressed back up. Take a comfortable seat. Bring the hands back to prayer pose, and we'll close with a final Om, and that will seal our practice and hold us together energetically. So take a cleansing breath in through the nose, sigh out through the mouth, and together. I bow to the light, the beautiful being in you that is also in me. Namaste. Thanks for coming, everybody. See you next time.